The last question, 8. A program has been developed to implement a game for up to 6 players. During the game, each player assembles a team of characters. At the start of the game, there are 45 characters available. Right, each character has 4 attributes as follows, right? So player, right, and that's what the character is assigned to, right? Well, yeah, for example, 0, 1, 2, 3. Role, so, okay, right, okay, well, role, that's going to be the job the character will perform in the game. For example, builder, teacher, doctor. Well, name, yeah, of course, well, just the name of the character. Right, so actually, well, here they do give important information. Alright, several characters may perform the same role, okay, however, they're all going to have a unique name. Right, then skill level, right, well, that's an integer in the range 0 to 100 inclusive. Right, the program has defined a record type to define each character. The record type definition is shown in pseudocode as follows. So our character type, and well, yeah, well, right, yeah, okay, right, so, right, just those 4, yeah, I guess 4 fields, right, yeah, as they've, told us already. Right, so the player field indicates, yeah, the player to which the character is assigned 1 to 6. The field value is 0 if the character is not assigned to any player. The program has defined a global array to store the character data as follows. Right, so character, well, 1 to 45 of character type. At the start of the game, all record fields are initialized and all player fields are set to 0. The program has defined a program module as follows. Right, so count, and that's it, right, okay, right, so count is called with 2 parameters, an integer representing player, a string representing character role. It's going to search the character array for characters with the given role that are assigned to the given player. It's going to count the number of assigned characters and sums their total skill level. It's going to output the result of the search if the characters with the given role are found. Right, for example, right, player 3 has 4 characters with the role of teacher, and the total skill level is 65. Right, however, if no characters with the given role are found, then it's going to output, well, for example, no characters with that role are assigned to this player. Right, okay, then it says complete the pseudocode for the module count, and actually, well, okay, alright, so yeah, here they've already given us the procedure header, or the procedure signature. Okay, as always then, if you want the starter code, well, just go to exam questions, pseudocode, obviously find count and restore. And if you actually look at this one, I mean, alright, okay, so yeah, this one has a lot, right? We have, well, the character type, right? Also this extract, I think that's going to be used in the next part, restore. Yeah, also, right, this save file. Right, so let's just open this, and yeah, let's just maximize that, and, well, and again, you see a huge number of characters here. Right, okay, so, right, yeah, alright, okay, so right here then they've already given us this procedure header. Right, so what we need to do, we need to search the character array, right, okay, right, then we need to count. So if we're counting, I guess, right, let's call it maybe character count. Right, okay, alright, so here, okay, right, we're also gonna, total the skill. So let's go, yeah, I guess, well, skill total. Right, okay, and then, well, since we've got a loop, I guess, well, we're also gonna need an index. So yeah, let's go integer. Now, the way we can do this, and I suppose, alright, so actually, first of all, let's just assign to this character count, right, just initialize. Same skill total. Again, I think, yeah, let's initialize that to 0. Now, I think what we can do, well, alright, okay, so, basically, alright, so we just want to loop, and we just want to check what if the character, yeah, at, this particular index, right, dot player, right, is equal to this player, yeah, and what character index, yeah, dot role is equal to this role. Oh yeah, then of course, well, alright, okay, so then we want to update these accordingly. Yeah, alright, okay, well, obviously just increment the count, and, well, yeah, add the level to the skill total. So let's try and do that. Right, let's go for index, right, that's 1, right, 2, 45. Right, okay, so here we're going to want an if statement, and yeah, this is probably going to get quite long, so let's just move that across. Right, okay, well, that's going to be character, and we want to get the index. Right, okay, alright, so, okay, alright, okay, so here, well, okay, well, that's going to be player. So, right, okay, right, if the character's player is equal, well, to this player that we're searching for, right, then and that's going to be, well, character index, right, and then, well, that's going to be dot role, right, and of course, alright, so here, okay, right, alright, so yeah, if that's equal to this role, well, then what we want to do, we want to do character count, and that's going to be, okay, yeah, hang on, okay, right, so character count plus 1, right, the skill total, well, that's going to be what the skill total, then plus, and well, that's going to be the character index, and then dot level. Because yeah, alright, well, I think here, okay, alright, so we can see, well, the level field, yeah, of course, well, alright, okay, well, that's going to be their skill. Yeah, so I think that's fine, right, then let's just go end if. Right, and then I think, alright, okay, so I think for the loop, yeah, that's all we need, right, let's go next index. Right, then we just want to output this, so I guess, alright, let's try and output in this format. And, okay, right, what we have to do, alright, so since here, okay, right, there's going to be a message if there are characters, right, there's obviously a message if there's no characters. Now, right, alright, okay, so, alright, so obviously, okay, the way we can check that, well, let's just go if, we want to go what character count is greater than 0. Right then, okay, we just want to output in this format, so as we see, what's going to be player, right, then it's going to be what the player, okay, right, yeah, this player, Alright, yeah, has, and then, alright, okay, so what, here's the character count. Right, okay, then it's going to be characters, yeah, okay, with the role of, and then, well, that's going to be this role. Okay, right, yeah, and the total skill level, right, is, and that's going to be what the skill total. Yeah, so I think that should be fine. Okay, right then, okay, alright, so here, okay, alright, so yeah, okay, right, let's have an else, let's have an end if. Right, okay, alright then, yeah, alright, so if we look up here in the else, I think actually this one we can just copy since we actually don't need any variables in this. Yeah, just I guess a kind of simple message. Yeah, alright, so I think, alright, okay, so I think that should work. Now, let's just look for an example. Okay, right, let's say I need player 3 and then doctor. Yeah, I mean, let's try that. So let's go call and let's say count. Right, okay, the player number is 3, what the role is going to be doctor. And yeah, let's try and run this. Alright, so it says, well, player 3 has 1 characters, well, yeah, characters with the role of doctor and skill level 58. Yeah, so I guess, I mean, that seems to work. What I'm going to do, okay, alright, okay, so I'm going to change this to doctor as well, and now what, hopefully it should say 2. Okay, that's going to be 72, right, for 14 plus 58. Yeah, so 2 characters doctor and skill level 72. Alright, yeah, so I think, yeah, okay. Alright, so I think this seems to be working. Right then, the next one, so the character array data has, okay, so the character array data has been saved in the text file save file txt. Each line of the file contains 1 element of the array, right, 1 record, new modules are defined. Right, extract already written, and again, alright, yeah, okay, so again, if you get the sample code, okay, this has already been written. Right, okay, this is called with 2 parameters, a string representing a complete line from the text file, an integer representing the field number, and well, returns a string representing the required field. Right, so for example, yeah, okay, alright, so for example then, alright, if we have a line, and do they, no, okay, so to be honest, like, alright, I thought they'd actually give us more of an example there. To be honest, like, probably let's just go to the site, we can see this. Alright, so for example then, okay, right, you can see in the file it's saved like this. Well, yeah, of course, right, just the field, right, then the caret, yeah, the field, well, then again, right, yeah, sort of caret symbol. So if you say, is it, yeah, extract, right, okay, so, alright, okay, let's say if you have this line, then you go extract 2, well, yeah, of course, right, that's going to get build, right, if you say extract 4, well, that's going to get 47. Right, okay, then we want restore, so that's going to open the text file, well, save file txt, it's going to read lines from the file and assigns value to each record in the character array using data from each line in the file. Okay, yeah, then just write pseudocode for restore. Alright, so let's just copy these instructions, and yeah, then we'll just have a go at this. So I think in some ways this is actually similar to the other one in the, okay, so again, we're just going to have to loop through, yeah, alright, so in this case, alright, we're going to have to loop through, well, I guess, so we're going to have to loop through every record in the file, and I guess, you know, okay, we're also going to want a, index, which we're going to increment after every line that we read, yeah, just so we can kind of assign it to the correct character. Now, in reality, I think we technically wouldn't really need to do that since, well, okay, yeah, let's say in this example, I think we can assume that, well, since there's 45 characters, there's also, you know, well, 45 characters in here, or, alright, yeah, okay, alright, so we can say, well, there's also 45 lines in the file. Now, in real life, you know, that's not necessarily going to be true, so, yeah, I think, alright, so, okay, alright, because of that, well, then we can just kind of read the lines, you know, while it's not the end of the file, and, yeah, alright, so then what we do, okay, we would just increment, well, I guess the line number as we kind of read each line. Alright, and then what we would do, we would then assign to the character, and the index we would use would be, well, the line number. So yeah, let's just try and do this. Let's go restore, and yeah, so I think this doesn't take any parameters, although yeah, let's just copy the instructions. Right, okay, right, so it's going to open the save file txt, so let's go constant, and let's go, I guess, file name. Right, okay, right, that's going to be, well, save file txt. Right, okay, so right then it's going to read lines from the text file. Alright, so okay, right, let's think then what we need to declare. I think, okay, so as mentioned, well, let's go line number, right, line number. I guess, right, okay, so if we're reading from a file, well, we're also going to need the line, right, just a string. Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, alright, okay, so I think, to be honest, that's probably going to be all we need. Right, okay, so right. So if we've got a file, well, first we need to open the file. Let's go open file name, for, and that's going to be, well, for read. Right, okay, alright, so then if we want to loop through, yeah, well, alright, okay, if we want to loop through every line in the file, right, okay, let's go while not end of file, and that's going to be what, the file name. Right, let's say do, and yeah, let's go end while. And to be honest, alright, let's also just initialize this line num. So I guess the line num, I mean, alright, okay. So I think in this case, I mean, since we don't need to output how many lines or anything, I mean, then here I guess we can just init. Well, alright. So really, we can initialize either to 0 or 1. Alright, okay, alright. So if we initialize to 1, well, then we would have to. Alright, okay, alright. So if we initialize to 1, well, we need to extract all the data first. You know, assign it to the character, right? Then increment after. Right, okay, alright, okay. Whereas let's say in contrast, if we initialize it to 0, well, then we would need to then we would need to increment it first. Right, yeah, then extract the data. I mean, alright, okay, so hopefully that makes sense, but alright, okay, otherwise if we initialize it to 0, and then, okay, let's say if we initialize it to 0, and then try to access that index in the character array, well, then it's going to say, well, 0 is, you know, not a valid index, right, in the character array. So yeah, I think in this case, right, I'm just going to go 1. And right, okay, so what we can do, let's go, alright, so I think first then we need to go read file, right, that's going to be, right, that's going to be this file name. Right, so here then, okay, we want to read that into line. And let's say character, right, this is going to be our character, right, okay, well, the index here is line num. Right, and then I guess what we want to go player. Now, the thing is, okay, alright, so if we're reading a file, then I guess, well, yeah, okay. Right, so of course, well, alright, this line is going to be a string. I think extract, that's also going to be a string. So what we're going to need to do, okay, well, then we're going to need to use string to num. Okay, string to num, right, let's go extract. And right, okay, alright, so as we see, this takes a line, so right, that's going to be this line. Alright, okay, well, the field number, that's just 1 in this case. Since, well, as we see, well, yeah, well, of course, alright, okay. So the player, right, well, that's field 1. Right, then, to be honest, like, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this. Right, okay, so the next one, right, that's going to be the role. Yeah, okay, right, alright, so here then, okay, right, yeah, the next one's going to be the name, and I guess, well, finally it's going to be level. Now if we think, well, I guess, okay, alright, so, well, role is going to be a string. Yeah, okay, name, right, that's also a string. Yeah, therefore, I guess, alright, okay, alright. Yeah, alright, so in that case, well, we can delete those string to nums. Yeah, that should be fine, and then, okay, let's also make sure just to go, well, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, just kind of selecting the correct field. So yeah, I think that should be okay, right? Then we just want to increment this line num. Right, okay, so yes, alright, okay, let's go, yeah, line num plus 1. Yeah, and then I think, right, okay, yeah, so alright, okay, I think in that case, right, that's all we need to do. What I'm going to do just to test it, alright, so alright, so let's say, well, first I'm going to call it. Right, okay, alright, so, well, then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to loop out. Okay, well, yeah, I guess, yeah, alright, loop and just output them. Alright, okay, I guess to be honest, right, okay, if you want to do it, okay, you could output all the information. I mean, to be honest, you know, probably just doing the name is also okay. Although I think here, okay, let's actually just do all the information. Yeah, just to actually check it's all working properly. Right, okay, so let's go, oh yeah, alright, okay, alright, so here, well, 1 to 45, right, and then we want to go character. Alright, this is going to be index. Let's go, yeah, I guess, I don't know, okay, alright, let's say name. Yeah, I don't know, okay. Alright, so I think, right, so here, like, I'm probably just going to separate this, right, so character name, alright, okay, so I think, okay, right, I'm actually going to write a proper sentence, so, right, let's say character, yeah, is a, right, is a, and that's going to be, well, let's copy this one, and I guess what it's going to be dot role, okay, yeah, dot role, alright, let's see, yeah, I don't know, yeah, with a level of, okay, right, with a level of, right, that's going to be level, right, let's see, yeah, and assigned to, and then, well, the player num. And let's go, yeah, dot player. Right, so hopefully that should work. Right, okay, then let's go next then, and yeah, let's just call that again. To be honest, right, I'm just going to comment out this one. Yeah, the, you know, previous question. Right, unexpected end of input, expected end procedure. Okay, so right, let's just add that. And nothing happened. Right, index has not been declared because I used. Okay, right, so wait, where is that 300? Alright, okay, alright, yeah, so, okay, right, that's stupid, okay, right, that should be n, not index. Right, now, yeah, let's try again. Okay, and, alright, again, so, And again, so yeah, just what, another stupid mistake. Alright, so okay, yeah, let's try again. Alright, so okay, so right, okay, now we don't get any errors, and let's have a look. Yeah, so well, Aria is a builder, yeah, level of 47 and assigned to player 6. Yeah, which I think, alright, okay, yeah, alright, so yeah, I think as we see here, I mean, these seem to be working.